Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem El Shai, Ba'ashem El Rakar Kudash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and shalom to the whole full elect. This is Payal of the James London Camp, and the title of this video will be determined upon upload. This video is inspired by a video Apostle Gabar done, which was actually off the fact that he was moved through the Spirit by Elder Manazak and the few words that he spoke. Unfortunately, Apostle Gabar's channel's been taken down, so I wouldn't be able to play the clip or direct you to that video. But he said multiple things throughout the course of the video that were like powerful words. But more so, there was one point that was mentioned throughout the course of that video. And it's actually, it's unfortunate that the video's not there because I would have refreshed my mind. But he mentioned something which really is inspiration for this, because what I took from it, because he's talking about, basically going into the hardest battle was, against yourself and going into things of balance. I don't remember how it came around, but he mentioned about, being changed in a twinkling of an eye. And I really can't remember how he worded it, because the way he worded it really inspired me and made me really kind of think about, this, more or less this lesson in this light. Because, as it tells you in the book of Matthew, like, sufficient to the day is the evil thereof. Like, basically, it's in the book of Matthew, the 6th chapter, the last verse. I'll quickly just give it a once over before I go into the main video. Matthew 6:34. Take therefore no thought for tomorrow, for the morrow shall take thought of the things of itself. Yeah, if tomorrow sort itself out. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. So sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. So you're really meant to worry about today. Just prioritize getting through today. Don't worry about all of that. And really that was, a summary of that whole chapter, because a few words before, dealing with, seeking the kingdom first, all right, and all things being added onto you, and not worrying about the things of this life, all right, which is why I'm doing this video, because it's a fault to bear when we're walking upon this earth, all right, that this place is vanity, man. Paul wrote it in the book of 1 Corinthians, the 7th chapter, about using the world and not abusing it, and basically making it known that the fashion of this world passeth away, all right. And you had King Solomon, Yahweh Shai, in his previous life, basically talking about him ruling and, going into many different things and acquiring much, and basically saying the vanity in it all, and ultimately coming to the conclusion that it's just about serving the Lord. And that's something Paul also spoke about in the book of Timothy, about being content. Because really, silver, again, Solomon went into it, the accumulation of silver never stops. The accumulation of gold never stops. But it's a thing that will never bring contentment to you, all right? Like fullness. There'll be always something that's a shortcoming in your life. So, in that being said, that basically, this whole life we're going through, all right, this whole only dealing with the day and not worrying about tomorrow, just bearing to get through the day and doing what you got to do. The accumulation of this time that we're in this kingdom, all right, and this your life and all this thing, it's going to come down to one moment. And this is why it's cold. It's going to come down to one moment, all right, where basically the change will happen, if we be of the elect, Lord willing, all right, we'll change in the blink of an eye, all right, that quick. All this hell that we're going through in the blink of an eye, it will change. We'll transition from one life into another, all right. Although this life that we're presently living, we're living it dead in this world, so we're basically more or less, going into the making a way to enter into the next life, but we're not in it. But anyway, let me kick this off. Lord willing, you be, edified. It says, let's get into it. It says the book of Psalms 126 and 1. It says, a song of degrees. When the Lord Yahweh turned again the captivity of Zion, we were like them that dream. All right? And it's basically in this kingdom, all right, all that we're going through is basically going to be like a dream, all right? So you imagine all the things, the hell that you've caught, the things that bugged you, kept you up for nights on end, or may have been weighing it heavy in your spirit for, months on end, or weeks, or, however long it was. All of this is just going to be gone in a, as Kevin Samuel says, final snap. It's going to be in a blink of an eye when you're shy, sets everything right. We're going to be changed in a blink of an eye, and all of this that we suffer at this present moment is going to be like a dream, all right? Like a dream. And then basically the true life is going to happen on the other side, all right? That's where real life will begin. So let me grab this. It's the book of 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter. And I'm going to start from verse 50. It says, now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High, neither doth corruption inherit incorruption. All right, so the kingdom of the Most High, Jerusalem, or Jerusalem as it's known in the English, all right, city of peace, is basically, it can't be inhabited or taken on by those in the flesh, all right? But the corruption needs to be an incorruption, so there needs to be a change that happens. Behold, I will show you a mystery, all right? We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. So not everyone's going to die, all right? I'll transition into a sleep and be, caught up with Yahushua first. But all are going to be changed, all right? Or Salakia. Don't mind me, excuse me on the sleep part. More to the point, we're all going to be changed, all right? Verse 52, in a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, all right? Because remember it says Yahushua shall descend with a shout, with the last trump, the angel, all right? And basically, he'll bring about the end of the captivity and salvation of the children of Israel. But it says, in a moment, all right? So this is a moment. This moment is what? In the twinkling of an eye, at the blink of an eye, at the last trump, all right? For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed, all right? For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality, all right? And who's immortal, all right? Us in this flesh, all right? Because the word mortal means death, and this flesh is death, all right? So it says, for this corruptible must put on incorruption, all right? Perfection, basically. And this mortal must put on immortality, all right? Being immune to death, as it was set up from the beginning. We were meant to be immortal, all right? So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory, all right? Then shall be brought to pass the lucky. Let me read it again. Then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? All right? But the point being is that we're going to be changed into those things. We're going to swallow up death, but it's going to happen in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye. All this work we're doing boils down to one moment, all right? Where our works are going to be tested. As it tells you in the book of Corinthians, 1 Corinthians, the 3rd chapter, about all works being tried by fire, all right? And ultimately our works are going to be shown, manifest what they are, all right? And it's going to boil down to that one moment. So all this that you're going through, just remember that, is it going to be worth in that one moment? Are you going hard enough for that one moment to be turned on to, righteousness? And normally it's in the Lord's hand, it's preordained for the beginning. But hey, faith is dead without works. The elect are going to be doing the things the elect should be doing. All right? Like, it makes me think of this very simple quote. Winners win, losers lose. Winners win because that's what it did. That's their whole life is about winning. All right? Losers lose because their whole life is about losing. All right? So if we are of the hopeful elect, but you should be doing the works of the elect. If you are, then you should be looking to be basically rose up in that time onto immortality, all right? And only in that twinkling of an eye, you will be manifest into the angelic, extraterrestrial body, all right? So I want to close out with this very simple scripture on the weight of everything that I was reading upon. I mentioned it before, but it's very simple and it holds all the weight that's needed. First Corinthians 7:31, and they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. All right? So if all this that's going on, the fashion of this world passeth away. Let me read this actually as well. Romans 12:1, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good work and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. All right? And that's really what it is. All right? Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. All right? Daily. You should be renewing your mind daily, purging away that old man, that ye may prove what is that good work. Yeah, you have to prove that good work. Refining the gold, all right, to be as gold, to be refined through the furnace of affliction, so that you appear perfect, all right, when the Lord makes his arrival upon the earth, an acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. So with that, I pray you are edified. To the next one, I say shalom. Shalom.